thing. TM&C Leslie Jones 2019.
This is petty.
It's very petty, and it doesn't make sense, because at no point during this announcement did it say that Ghostbusters 3 was going to star an all-male cast.
No.
Far from it. In fact, with the details that have been leaked this week, allegedly leaked anyway, that we'll be talking about in a second, it seems like it's going to be a mixed-gender cast. Again, something that the fans were asking from day one. See, basically, Sony have worked this out. If you listen to the fans and give them what they want, you'll be successful. Yeah. Prime example, the Arrowverse.
Oh, yeah.
Where even little things like in the Elseworlds crossover, where they were talking, they were saying little things like, the fans for years have been saying John Diggle could be a Green Lantern.
Yeah.
Very easily could be a Green Lantern. So they put a little Easter egg in the Elseworlds crossover whenever the original Flash from the 90s TV show, from Earth 90, whenever he shows up, he looks at John Diggle and goes, John, what are you doing here? Where's your ring?
Is that what it...
That's what the reference was.
Oh.
So in the Earth 90 Flash's universe, he's Green Lantern.
Oh my, yes.
So do you know what I mean? Like little things like that, and it keeps the fan base happy and keeps them ticking over. But most importantly, it shows that they listen to the fans and they try as hard as they can to give the fans what they want. When you don't do that, you end up making a movie like Ghostbusters Answer the Call, which appealed to no one.
No.
And you know what? I have no doubt in my mind that everyone who worked on that movie did put varying degrees of effort into it. Mm-hmm. I feel really bad for Paul Feig because he tried his best with what he had. But I think Paul Feig works better when he's making things like Spy or Bridesmaids or The Heat or whatever.
Yeah.
Whenever he's making something that is his, and it's his to
something
fool
in his
around
category,
with.
If that makes sense.
In his category, yeah, absolutely right. And I don't think Ghostbusters was the movie for him. Because, as we discussed in depth on this show last week, Ghostbusters has a particular style. It's not an out-and-out comedy. It's shot like a horror movie.
But it's also shot to be serious too. In certain...
It is. It establishes the tone very early on, where there's no jokes in the opening of Ghostbusters.
No.
It's a little old librarian getting the socks scared off her because she encounters a ghost in the Staxton Library. And it's done very quickly and very simply. In 2 minutes, blam, that set your tone for the movie. These ghosts are real. Take them seriously. They can harm you.
Yeah.
Then look at the 2016 reboot, where every character is tripping over each other to come up with one-liners. And they all come off like, I'm just going to say it, arseholes. They all come off like super silliest people. And
it's like a weird You know what it is? It's like, do you know like us like taking the mickey out of stuff?
Yeah.
It's like a weird parallel world where all our bad jokes and funny things have all merged into a universe.
Yeah.
Where you're going, this shouldn't make sense.
Even the guy that gets the life scared out of him at the start of Ghostbusters 2016, he's cracking jokes and making unfunny one-liners about how P.T. Barnum enslaved elephants and just all these really awful jokes that weren't necessary for plot progression.
Do you know what Al Fern, see at that moment when he's getting scared, do you know when all the ghost is slowly appearing? Do you know what I actually got vibes off? Scooby-Doo.
Exactly,
do you know, like remember the way this...
It was kiddie, and it didn't have any sort of menace or threat to it, which didn't make any sense. But no, so Leslie Jones tweeted that. Mark, our owner-operator MD of Following the Nerd, tweeted back, saying he expected more from her. He said, I expected better than this of you. All this does is feed the hatred by continuing the narrative your movie failed due to sexism, when it actually failed because it has no respect for the franchise. Not your fault, but you're better than this childishness.
Yeah.
She then blocked him.
That speaks volumes, doesn't it?
Do you know what I think?
I don't get it. Do you know what I think this is? Now, I could be wrong for saying this, but it feels like a career move. It feels like, any publicity, bad or good, will get me viewed. So people get me publicity.
Basically, she's annoyed because she's not getting a paycheck for Ghostbusters 2. Because they're not making a sequel to her movie. Honest to God, it's but
they're definitely going to do it now, which is throwing stuff out like that on Twitter. Because you know yourself with Twitter, everything is always going to come back on you. Say years later, if she gets a job or a good part in a movie, and she messes up, someone's going to go back and go, hold on a minute, here's what you said here not that long ago in this little tweet. Like, it's going to come back on her. Big time. It's going to ruin her. Like.
Yeah. Yeah, Mark sums it up here in this post. I totally missed the genius of the original movies. The subtle humour, the fact that the brilliance of Ghostbusters lay at the heart of the movie. These weren't superheroes, and it wasn't a comedy. It was a movie about 4 working, witty people whose job just so happened to be catching ghosts. The reboot relied on slapstick and fart jokes. This is not what Ghostbusters was, and the movie suffered for it.
Yeah.
But instead of listening to that, they went off with this agenda. It's the same as that Fantastic Four movie, where they said,
god-awful?
it didn't fail because the movie was god-awful and practically unwatchable. No, it's because Michael B. Jordan was cast as Johnny Storm, and he's a black guy.
No,
That's the narrative that they went.
No,
that's the narrative that they went with.
Are you
so
serious?
Instead of making actual proper good movies that a lot of people want to sit down and watch, regardless of the skin color or the sex of the cast.
Did you sit and watch that movie? I'll be honest. Did you sit and watch it?
Fantastic Four. Yeah. Yes.
I watched it.
Awful.
Too. I was like, what is this?
It's unwatchable. There's one.
Like what they ruined
sequence.
Doctor Doom.
They ruined Doctor Doom.
That killed it for me.
They ruined The Thing.
Yep.
Like there's this great scene, and it's in all the trailers where you see The Thing like smashing up tanks.
Yeah, yeah.
Like that made me actually go, I wonder if this is good. I went in to sit down and watch it. You see it for 5 seconds on a monitor.
Yeah.
In the background.
That annoyed me some fears.
It's the first superhero movie where I sat down and watched it and went, where's the fights?
I will be honest with you, I walked out halfway through it.
Well,
I was like, I can't deal with this anymore.
I finished The Thing, dude, and I gotta tell you, it doesn't get better.
I watched it after when I eventually came back home. It's like, maybe I was a wee bit harsh. I'll just watch it.
There is one cool scene in it, and it's when Doctor Doom wakes up and he's taking out people in the hallway. I thought that was really badass.
I'll give it that, but still,
but that
it was
still
a
doesn't make it a
train
good
wreck.
movie.
Yeah.
Same thing with Ghostbusters Answer the Call. You may have had several nice little ideas in there, but you ruined it just by having everyone blabble all over each other, and it was a mess. So hopefully Ghostbusters 3 isn't going to be like that. And
No,
speaking of
I
which,
hope so.
we have the first plot details from Ghostbusters 3.
Ooh, fun times.
And, of course, these come from a trusted, reliable source, which hasn't been named. So, again, it's been Batman, yeah. Take it with a pinch of salt, anyway, because Batman's been known to be a dirty, rotten liar sometimes.
Yes, that's true.
But, yes, so we now have the first sort of preliminary details that come out with it. A few months ago, Dan Aykroyd said a third Ghostbusters movie is now in the works. And in the interview where he said that, he also said he was hoping for the surviving 3 original stars, Dan Aykroyd, Ernie Hudson, and Bill Murray, would all return as the script was so good. So they all came back for Feig's Ghostbusters reboot, so they better come back for this. So Dan Aykroyd put up a post on Twitter saying, Jason was our first Ghostbusters cadet, and now logically inherits the creative lead. Plus, he's a superb filmmaker. Pure joy.
Oh, that's good. That's nice. Nice positivity.
So, with all that known, we have some supposed new details. But also, I think it was announced, like, Ernie Hudson said, oh, we're all coming back. But he then was there asked to clarify what he meant, and he said, well, we haven't heard anything yet.
Did you see the troll that happened there recently as well?
What was
I forgot that. I thought it was like a better mention on the show. Yesterday, on one of the Ghostbuster pages, someone had took a picture of Bill Murray in
from the Scream Awards, yeah.
But made it out. But if you've not seen it, they actually even color corrected it, made
it look like he was on
and
set.
And everyone there were so many people. There's one comment that made me kind of go laugh and feel sorry was, you've made me cry. I actually thought I had my hopes up thinking this was like leaked real photographs. I was like,
So, on to the alleged plot leak, which comes from a trusted source, and we know. But the 2 main characters in the movie will be a young boy and a young girl.
Ooh.
So, kind of like a Stranger Things sort of dynamic that's going on here. The boy will be 13 and passionate about fantasy and conspiracy theories. Furthermore, he apparently approaches every situation with unbridled excitement for the unknown. What's perhaps most interesting, though, is that he quite often will narrate life in real time, adding descriptive colour to the people he meets.
That sounds fun.
Yeah. Next up, the girl crosses paths. I can't speak tonight. Next up, the girl crosses paths with the aforementioned boy at some point in the film, and they quickly become friends. She's 12 years of age, and is said to be an insanely smart kid. However, she often has a hard time with interpreting and expressing emotions, and speaks with a flat delivery that makes her observations humorous. Though she wants to connect with others, she struggles with interpreting how her family and friends feel, and has difficulty sharing her own feelings. Her science acumen is said to prove invaluable throughout the story, though.
That sounds
so the story will apparently focus on a family, presumably one of the kids, who will return to a small town and learn more about who they are and the secrets of the town itself. We're also hearing that there will be another 2 teens in the movie, another boy and girl, but how they fit in is unknown so far. So Ernie Hudson has been talking about the franchise, and he's saying it still has something to offer the world. we've grown, we've learned, and a lot of really new young talent that I'm sure they'd bring into it, so it would be a lot of fun. I think it would only deepen, and we'll miss Harold. Describing the reboot as uniquely theirs, which I guess it should have been, but I wanted to see something sort of extended from this was a reboot. I would like to have seen a movie that takes place 30 years into the future, which is where we are, so I loved it. I think they did a wonderful job. I enjoyed the movie, but I'd like to see us bring the real Ghostbusters, whatever that means. So basically what he's saying there is, yeah, it was great. I got a paycheck from that movie. But I want a paycheck again for this movie, so I'm not going to say anything bad about anything. Just put me in your movies, please.
Yeah, I'm desperate.
I'm Ernie Hudson. Remember me? I was in Congo.
There is a theory I have with you were saying with the other two teenagers who are going to appear in this.
Yeah.
I have a feeling they're going to be like the bullies. Like one's like the local bully, and then gets his whole perspective turned around because with ghosts and stuff.
It'll be interesting to see what they do with it.
I am really looking forward to it.
I will say that. And also, to clear up earlier with Leslie Jones's comments, she had support from director Paul Feig, who came out and basically threw a hissy fit. Let's be honest here. And he said, like Leslie is well within her rights to say whatever she pleases. Yeah, you weren't saying that whenever people were coming out saying, Paul, we don't want a reboot.
No,
you weren't defending them.
The other bit that I was like, oh, come on, is like him going, yeah, she's have all the rights back, but I'm really sad that we're not going to have like another second chance with the girls having busting ghosts again.
Were you really surprised, Paul? It was an awful movie.
I was like, that's not going to happen. And
no.
I was like, I love the fact he's like he's jumping. I think that was, I don't know. In all fairness, I think that was a silly move for him to do, but he has to. If you think about it, he has to go like, well, I support my act because I have to do this.
Yeah. Well, do you know what? I think with this, it's an interesting direction that they're going in.
With the new one, yeah.
Yeah.
I like it because if you think about it, okay, we as fans of Ghostbusters, we would love to see the originals come back and be like a whole new, Ghostbusters thing. But I do like to see younger ones being introduced to this.
I genuinely believe this is going to be a passing of the torch movie.
Oh, big time.
I think it is.
Big time.
I think it's also very interesting they're setting it in a town. They're not setting it in
Isn't
New York.
That good?
Like, I think the town will be somewhere upstate New York. I think Ray will live in the town. It'll be Ray's house that they talked about in the first movie. That'll be his barn. Maybe the two kids find his barn, and that's them trying to get the proton pack to work.
Do you know what I'd love how it will work? Is they somehow discover, like a void or a break in reality or something. The ghost chases him and chases him to the farm, or something happens, or even Slimer, for example, appears and scares the life out of them.
The little boy who's mad for conspiracy theories, he's been reading up on Ghostbusters.
Oh, could you imagine he had like a whole like billboard of all these these Ghostbusters are real
events,
but these people used to bust ghosts, and she's like, no, I don't believe this.
Like Ray is like the crazy old hermit.
Yes,
sort of like he's the Ben Kenobi character.
Do you see if he has a big long beard and a load of hair, and he's like looks like Luke Skywalker?
Yeah.
I will laugh. I'd be like, yes.
They hand him a PK meter. He looks at it and throws it off a cliff.
Yeah, I don't know, but he thinks it land on the table. It goes out the window.
This is not going to go the way you think.
I love that. That would be brilliant. I think it's going to be a nice little beautiful mixture of, I'm getting a little bit of a vibes of Extreme.
Yeah.
But younger, not like got their like.
But at least
mid-20s.
they're doing something different. Like the basic premise is still there from Extreme Ghostbusters, but it's not the case of Egon's still at the firehouse and he's doing lecturing, and then they get the 4 teenagers from that.
Dude, I'm just excited to see proton packs.
Yep, Acto 1, Slimer. The original Ghostbusters
Are
back.
they gonna? But this is the thing. I'm curious. Are they gonna have like the original Slimer? Like,
yes.
Are they gonna like?
I would say yes, because I noticed the ectoplasm, the green ectoplasm.
I have to watch that trailer because I have. You need to point that out because
you can see it splattered against it, very very subtly, but it's there. You can see ectoplasm. So yeah, so I guess like Slimer will all be back.
I'm excited.
I'm very excited for this, and we'll watch this with great interest.
Oh yeah.
Hi, I'm Paul Feig, director of Ghostbusters. Answer the call, and you are listening to Following the Nerd.
Right, Deadpool 3. Dead in the water, isn't it?
What?
No, it's not. Ryan Reynolds
don't
says
do that now.
Deadpool 3 is already being worked on, despite this whole Disney-Fox merger sheboying.
So is it going to be separate?
I don't know.
I think it might be.
So, with the taking over of Fox by Disney, we're hearing all sorts of bad things regarding the future of the X-Men franchise at Fox. Namely, it has no future. We're hearing that the New Mutants movie is currently looking at further delays. It may even wind up on a streaming service like Hulu or Netflix. Joe, where all the great movies go to die. While Gambit and others are looking like they aren't happening now, as we reported on last week. So, however, everyone's favourite Merc with a mouth, Deadpool, may be dodging more bullets, as Ryan Reynolds reveals. We may not have seen the last of Deadpool. Variety